Yo, what's up, Char? Oh, fuck yeah. Uh, uh. This menace to society is being a menace to my lungs. Woo. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Oh, yo, what is up, everybody? It's Chaos for You 728, and I'm back again. Sunday, and I'm actually in my Sunday dress still. So, hope everybody's having a great morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever it is you hail from. I'd like to thank those that are still subscribed. Your support has been greatly appreciated. And thank you to those just recently subscribed. Hope you stick around for the long run. We're going to get into this momentarily. Chapter 14 of Solving the Mystery of Babylon the Great, the Fearful Reign of the Babylonians. And once I'm done with this book, I'm going to read The Naked Communist, followed by The Naked Socialist, followed by The Naked Capitalist. And then, to polish it off, I'm going to finish it with, and I'll show y'all so y'all get excited too. Wrong thing there. Candelabra. We're going to be reading Morals and Dogma of the Ancient and Accepted Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. And then we're going to be reading Freemasonry and Judaism, the secret powers behind, I can't read that word because it's too small, translated. So, hope to see you there. That, as y'all saw, yes, I did get that book by Coach Greg Adams. I was about a quarter way into it, realizing I knew this shit before I cracked open the book. What the fuck? It's just saying shit that I've been thinking the whole fucking time. So, Yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yes, yes. Make sure to tune in next Sunday. Yes, next Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'll be hosting a charity chess event for our brother Rusty Rivers. He is currently got the big C, and all proceeds are gonna go to him. We've currently raised 700 and what did I say? 90? 70. Yeah. $770 and some change for this event. So that's um I'm not sure how many participants there are gonna be at this event, but I've already kind of pre-done. I haven't done a stream yet to test the waters, but so far I'm able to fit two consecutive games going on at the same time. The only issue I'm gonna have is I'll need their whatever to view their game so I can multitask it, to show it on the stream. We will be using Brandon Trueblood's StreamYards for communication. I will also have Discord up for those that don't want to use StreamYards. Discord is what I use personally. Because I don't stream with StreamYards. So, because StreamYards sucks, especially for gameplay. It's not meant for streaming your games. It's not meant for streaming your games. It's meant for fucking podcasts and shit. That's why it gets all chopped and skewed on there when you watching them. Because it takes extra bandwidth. Oh yeah. It's meant for podcasts. It's not meant for streaming your games. That's where OBS and Streamlabs and Prism, which is what I use right now, is for. And Prism actually it's free. You ain't got to pay to multi-stream, as far as I know.
I got to try that out. I'm going to look that up here and actually a little bit.
It's very simple. Very simple, Chris. Like, I would suggest fucking with that first before you even think about going into OBS. But I still have no problem trying to help you out with OBS if you need it. I just know I've got probably just as much of an understanding. Well, yeah, I might be able to help you better than Ike. Oh, yo, we got an ape with a very agape mouth to enter the chat.
Well,
I'm a milk monkey though.
I'll just listen to YouTube for now.
Aight. And that's part of the stream.
Mouth is crazy.
Where take your bottles, your shot glasses, your blunts, your left-handed luckies. Ooh, this. Rusty Rivers entered the Discord.
What in the hell is going on up in this joint?
I didn't feel him come in, but I sure heard him come in. How you doing, Rusty?
Oh, man. Man, if I was doing any better, I'd be a twin.
Oh, man. I don't get the reference because I'm stupid, but...
Hey, you reading the Bible scriptures today?
I am doing Solving the Mysteries of Babylon the Great. I do need to get back into starting that up again. Reading the scriptures. Okay. I may pick all that up after this, because after reading a chapter of this, my throat is doing this, and I start to hurt when I talk. So I think a chapter I got 14 more chapters to do, so we're halfway through this book. I've got 5 other books lined up in front of that, but I do need to squeeze it in there. I'll probably take a normal day during the week, and start putting it in there during the day. It'd be easier that way.
Hey, is Emperor up in here?
He was. He dipped out. He's in the chat now, as far I
I think
believe.
he's in just chatting
He's
now, but
or the just chatting. I thought he said he was going to be in my chat when, when before he left.
Oh
hey,
man,
so do you get? Oh, sorry,
I'm sorry.
Rusty.
Go ahead. Oh, is that Bingus?
Yeah, it is. What's up, bro?
Man, you got class today? I'm just checking.
No, it's President's Day weekend.
Okay. we're just teasing you, Bingus, because we love you, man.
No, I think that shit's funny.
What's even funnier is what I'm about to put up on the screen.
No, I just wanted to tell Emperor everybody was glad to see him, and I think it was in I saw him in 2 streams. I think Hamsters and also True Bloods, and everybody was excited to see him and glad to hear from him.
It's been a pain in the
By
ass
the way,
getting him because he's been busy adulting.
I wanted to say that I'm not gonna associate myself with Kush anymore because he's doing too much. I'm just not. Yeah, so he be saying certain shit. It's like you can't just be calling the bros out like that, a certain way. So
Well, I can tell you this much,
anyways,
Bingus. When Kush first came in, he was a fresh voice, and anyways, I don't know. It's kind of like he was trying to feel his way around, and then wound up getting involved with the Transformers and Bullets and and all that stuff. And Bullets has been ostracized for many years. Ever since he went after Hammer, a while back.
Didn't he have a channel
But
before Bullets for Teeth? Something else where he was like doxing
I
people
don't
or
know.
some shit like that?
I'm not sure, but he seems to be hell bent. He takes and don't get me wrong, Kush is not stupid. He's a very smart man, and unfortunately, sometimes intelligence can be used in a very I don't know, bad way. And he's got this formula of taking a part of a truth, inserting a lie or an exaggeration, and then followed up with the truth. And sometimes it's hard to discern what exactly is the truth. And my experience with him, and I've had direct contact with him, and one of his main themes that he's been doing on his channel is that he is outright lying or remembering wrong. And I'm gonna give that to him because he smokes a lot of marijuana. Okay, nothing against marijuana smokers. But when I had a conversation with him, I had asked him if he would be interested in investing in a MGTOW house where he lives. And I told him that if he did decide to do something like that, that I would like to be a part of that, and I would contribute as well too. Well, then somehow that conversation coming back out of his memory is now that I was asking him directly for money for my MGTOW house. And that's an absolute lie. I have never asked money from anyone concerning my MGTOW house that I run, completely private and completely independent.
You know, some people just hear what they want to hear, even though the truth is being told to them, and they still want to hear what they hear.
Yeah, and some people have a narrative to drive home. I mean, according to, and listen, we're not talking about dozens of men here.
No.
We're only talking about Bullets, Contriver, Kush, Lazarus, and this Incel X. That's 5 guys. Okay? And according to them, all of us over here on this side, we're all Nazis. We're all white supremacists. We hate women, and we are contributing to the male suicide rate in MGTOW. And this is the message that they're preaching. And it's completely false. It's a complete fabrication.
Are they trying to? It sounds like they're using the suicide thing as an emotional manipulation tactic. Oh, you're not accepting them, so they're gonna kill them. It's like if I were, it's like it'd be like me saying if y'all don't subscribe to my channel and accept me, I'm just gonna kill myself because of it. That's.
And you see, you know, here's the paradox.
That's
here's
narcissists. That's things narcissists do.
It is. It is a narcissist maneuver. It's a narcissist control tactic. Okay? In MGTOW, you know, from us normal guys, okay, what do you want us to do? If we are presented with a man who is now claiming to be a woman, who is now claiming to identify as a woman, what exactly can we do for them? Nothing.
Nope.
They don't even know who they are. It's an identity crisis. You know, MGTOW it was just set up for normal men. Yep. You know, we're not set up. We're not psychologists. We're not psychiatrists. Yeah, we're just set up for normal men. You know, and we don't. You know, with the advent of the transformer agenda to transform our kids, well, that was the line that they fucking stepped over. You know, and we're not going to tolerate it. You know, and I'm not saying that applies to all transgender people. I'm sure there's a lot of good transgender people out there. Okay, but we're not going to take the fucking chance. We're not going to let those people in.
Don't affirm delusion, period.
At my school, we have girls in the fucking guys' dorms. That shit is stupid. Yep. Like, because they identify as a fucking man, and now we got women in the fucking guys' dorms, and they're sleeping with other guys now. And I'm like, what the fuck you think was gonna happen, you dumb fucks?
Look at dipshit over here. He's living with it's a he, she that is with a she.
No, it isn't right. It's fucking whack.
And they just claim that they're bi.
And they claim that they're bi, but it's a he, she, and a she.
Oh, and it's an open relationship.
And they're poly.
Yep. Listen, we live in very, very confusing times right now. We're you know, literally, you know, Western civilization is going through.
I didn't find out the transgender part until after I moved in with
The West has fallen. Welcome to Babylon 2.0.
Yeah.
The communists are here.
Chaos.
We are fucked. There's only one way out of this
stuff, man.
There's only one way out of this, and nobody really wants to do it. But god damn it, it's got to get done. That's the worst part. It's got to get done in order for this to be all prevented. And people have to get their heads out of their asses, and it's starting to happen slowly. Like the other side's starting to wake up, but at this point they're just coattail riding. So I wonder if they've learned from their mistakes, but it doesn't sound like that's the case because they're still affirming delusional thinking. You look at the Gorlock. People keep calling her she, and it's like that's not a she, that's a he or an it.
Correct.
That's a fucking. It's a he, but it's a fucking it at this point.
I mean, once you deny what you're born with, you've essentially dehumanized yourself. I mean, you're born with what you're born with. You're a man or a woman. That's it.
Hang on, she was.
Yeah, in chaos. Let me say.
That's a hermaphrodite.
So that's what she is.
Look, let me say
They
that.
can't reproduce. So
Yeah,
none of us over here, none of us over here in the MGTOW spaces, we don't wish any harm on anyone. We don't wish anything bad to happen to anybody. And if we could help you out personally, a lot of us would. I know that I have been one of them that, I have one-on-one tried to help somebody out in that situation. But as far as coming into the MGTOW brand and rubbing shoulders with us in the chats or platforming these people or accepting them into, our community, no, it's not fucking going to happen.
no. We can all coexist. You over there, us over here. Don't cry to daddy government and force your way into our space, because that's going to build a resentment you do not want.
What's going on, fellers and kitten?
Oh shit!
Oh, I thought that was
Roll Tide,
yours.
man.
Oh,
Hold
Yeah.
tight,
yeah,
brother.
it's yours. You do it.
In the house.
I ain't your bitch.
Hi, Alpha.
Hey, kid.
Hey, I didn't know you was here, kitten.
We're using your shit, so that's
Hey,
why
Rusty.
I'm gonna let you do it.
Women are to be seen and not heard, Brother Rusty. Captain Misogyny strikes again.
Who are
Well,
we chewing up and
apparently
spitting
I'm
out?
not even seen.
Who are we chewing up one side and spitting out the other?
No, buddy. We're just having a conversation before I get into this reading.
Hell yeah.
So
Got the
I'm gonna
cave
do some
dweller in the
work for
chat, Ian
Nasco.
Blade. Ian, if you got
Sorry, I
blue
didn't
hair
mean
and
to-
blonde eye, if you got blonde hair and blue eyes, that would mean you are of what Hitler believes the Aryan race.
So
which
I
is
got a field trip, guys, for NASCO coming up
Mhm.
on the 22nd. I'm gonna do some work for them and see how fucking shipbuilding is.
Oh, what are you gonna be
But,
doing?
Well, I'm gonna see how the maintenance is. I'm gonna be welding, for NASCO, and that's
Kinda
just a little
welding?
field trip. Yeah,
Stick?
and so
stick,
it
MIG,
flooded
TIG,
last
arc.
time, so it was fucked up. So I
What kind
couldn't
of
go
welding?
on
What kind of welding are you going to
a
be
few weeks
doing?
ago. So,
Hey, we got,
now it's
we
not-
got one of the Bingus. We got one of the largest shipbuilding companies down here. Like the biggest is in Norfolk, but we got Ingalls down here, and down here in Mississippi, this is where we build all of the Aegis destroyers and a whole bunch of
Mhm.
other ships for the Navy. Lots of
Yeah,
jobs
yeah,
down
so-
here, bro. Lots of jobs.
Yeah. So I'm gonna most likely go on one of these battleships that they fucking work on. I'm gonna see what's up with that. And if I can accomplish fucking doing a certain kind of weld, but they don't pay that much. They pay like 25. NASCO only pays like 25 an hour.
Bingus,
Seems like 30 is crazy.
that's starting out. That's good.
Yeah, man.
yeah,
Yeah,
but this
don't
is
shut
California.
that off.
This comes down to
This is
just because
California.
you got a piece of paper doesn't mean you're entitled to more than you think. You got to start somewhere, and most of the time it's at the bottom, and you got to work your way up. When I started working Bingus, it was 525. That's what most places. That's what most places here paid starting out. It also depended.
I started working at $4 an hour at a pizza joint.
Yep. I was making $5.25 working at McDonald's. That was starting out.
Think I live in California.
Yeah, you live in California, but still, that mean you gotta live within your means, you bougie bitch.
Kind of shit ain't
you gotta live within your means, you bougie bitch.
Hey, listen, Bingus. To quote one of my favorite movies of all time, the original, Amityville, get out. Get out.
Get out. Get out. The super predators are there, and they're going for your booty hole. They're going to love it long, long time, Bingus. They're going to eat the poo-poo. Set it up there. So what kind of welding are you going to be doing, Bingus?
I'm pretty excited about just going there and then experiencing what they do over at NASCO. Shit, they got giant cranes over there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'll be able to operate one of those cranes when I go there, but maybe I can see what it's about. Because them cranes, you gotta climb up that motherfucker. I just realized it. I was like, this is a fucking crane. You gotta get up it somehow. Operate this shit.
Yep.
You gotta climb up that big ass crane.
Yeah, Bingus, that's why they call it a man's job.
Yeah. You're scared of heights. Well, I used to fucking climb in the terminals, when I used to work in fucking Mammoth. And that shit fucking scared me, but because it was icy, fucking icy, slip, you're dead. I mean, unless you're wearing a harness, but sometimes you can't always wear a harness because some spots you can't fucking wear a harness. But, yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's a fucking man's job. If a chick is doing it, kudos to her, but that bitch must be a lesbian or some shit. I don't know.
Bring a piss bottle and a shit bucket. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know about them 5-gallon shit buckets.
The war bottle. Bring your fucking
Don't ask me how I know about them shit buckets.
Yeah, and listen, Bingus, let me tell you a little secret about heavy equipment operation. Although the concept of what Outlaw just said is correct, a 5-gallon shit bucket, it's difficult to climb with the fucking 5-gallon bucket. Stuff your pockets full of Walmart bags.
They ain't wrong. If you're gonna be up there for a long time.
I'm not kidding.
And then find out a good way to get your power stance on. And
yeah, and you know what's really cool?
Strap that shit.
After you fill,
make sure there's no holes.
Fill up the Walmart shit bags. You kind of you eat. If your window comes down, great. If the window doesn't come down, just open the door and just throw the shit bag right out.
Make sure to say look out below.
Cranes ain't no joke.
No, it's not. It's very dangerous.
You better have nerves and balls of steel to get in one of them.
You better know what you're doing.
Bags be hefty.
And as an added bonus, Bingus, you can put your legs through the holes in the bag, so you just kind of squat, and you ain't gotta hold the bag. Well, I mean, you might have to hold the bag out a little bit. Especially once you start filling it up, because it's just gonna.
That shit bucket better be real motherfucking equipped when you get up about 50 to 100 feet up in the air.
Yeah, it's a workout climbing up and climbing down.
Unless you want to hold your ass out the cab door and
Hope you got the
Bro, you
shits
focus down
and
there
you
at the bottom.
really better push.
The thought, because I was looking, because I was going by NASCO the other day, and I was looking at the cranes, and I was like, there's only one way to get up this shit. And I was like, I'm looking at the crane, and I'm like, there ain't no fucking elevator.
Nope.
You gotta climb up this bitch.
Yep.
Hey,
Uh,
my nephew brought home a bucket truck one day from his job. You know what I'm talking about? Them big bucket trucks that fixes on power lines and stuff. And we just went 40 feet up in the air. Just 40 feet up in the air, man. And I was already, dude, my legs got weak. I was like, dude, come on, man. Let's get back down on the ground where it's safe. I ain't kidding you.
I had to do that shit every day, fucking for fucking like a year. My legs were shaking when I went up in them fucking terminals. And
Yeah.
I'm climbing up shit and it's like ice, dude. And I have to like I grab like a fucking axe with me and I have to like pick the fucking ice off as I'm climbing this shit, dude.
What's up, gents?
What's up, Beastie? How you doing?
What's up, brother?
Is that Eric?
It is. It is.
That'd be one.
Hey, man, what's going on, bro?
Not much, Rusty. How are you?
Oh, man, I'm doing so good. I'm having a good day.
Good, man. Glad
That's
to hear it.
good. That's good.
Glad to hear it. That's good. You deserve it.
But yeah, man, 40 feet off the ground, when you're able to look over the trees and see the highway and all the other houses, man, and all that's holding you up. And y'all seen a bucket truck. All that's holding it up is just that boom up under it. Was it about a couple feet wide, something like that? 3 to 4 foot wide, something like that.
4 feet.
When that's all that's holding you up, and you're literally 40 foot up in the air looking around, and that thing starts shaking when the wind blows on it,
Crazy.
Get back down to earth.
I used to do that with the phone company.
Oh God.
My second
It's
duty
even crazier
station.
when it's even crazier when you climb the poles with the gaffs.
Ice
Oof.
is not cool. Like when you're climbing shit and there's ice on the fucking anything you're climbing, nah, fuck that. I fucking like it humbled me. Like
Oh yeah.
you know,
Brother,
Mm-hmm.
I get weak in the knees climbing the side of my house. And that's like 8 to 10 foot up in the air. I get up about 10 foot, get ready to get on the roof, and my knees and legs are already wobbly. I'm like, I don't like this, man. I
Yeah,
hate
no.
heights.
I have no
It's
problem
crazy.
getting up there. It's when I look down, I'm just like, because then your brain's like, okay, yep, you could hurt yourself. Be careful. But for the most part, I love. I have no problem getting up there.
What did the Bible say? Lo, I will be with thee always.
Yeah.
Jesus,
I think. Yeah.
I mean, Jesus can float in the air, but hey, I'm not with it.
You're not down with it like that.
You guys take care.
Oh,
All right, brother.
bye, easy.
Love you, Eric. Love you, brother.
And like that, he's out.
Man, Eric's fast, man. He's the fastest gun in the West.
Yeah.
Yep. Get shaky getting off the shitter. Hey, man, when I sit there a long time,
Get shaky getting off the shitter.
when I sit there a long time and my legs fall asleep, man. I've been there before.
You're just waiting for your legs to go numb, huh? You're just
No. Sometimes, my colon had something to say about it, and it kept me on the toilet for a few minutes, and yeah,
you
Guys,
start like shaking your legs and shit.
my body wasn't done talking shit to the toilet.
yeah, I got to get off here. Somebody's trying to contact me.
All
But
right.
God bless all of you, and stay safe, okay? And don't climb up too high. Yeah, and Yeah, be careful, Bingus. Okay, man. We all rooting for
Yeah,
you.
I have my OSHA certification. I might actually climb one of the cranes, and if I do, I'll take a video of it.
Okay,
Hey.
cool, man.
I don't know how people who are
Take it
scared of
easy,
heights
Rusty.
smoke weed, man. Look, I don't know how people who are scared of heights smoke weed, man. Y'all be getting high as fuck. Aren't y'all scared
Different
of
kind of high,
floating in
outlaw.
place?
No,
Different kind of
I
high.
know. I was.
because one of the many positive properties of marijuana is it's actually it helps people. It helps with anxiety.
Well, it's supposed to be a joke, but
Oh,
the joke apparently was too high. Went over some heads.
Smack myself in the face.
Stop beating the horse. It's dead already, outlaw.
I eat Subway while on the shitter. Nah, I don't
Ooh.
like Subway, honestly. I used to.
Nah, he eats corn the long way.
That's what Saunders does.
He
That's what
just
Saunders.
eats. He just starts. Yeah.
He makes sure to
Don't eat
fondle
corn
the
long.
husk as he finishes it off.
Saunders likes his corn. Likes being the farmer's
You just
daughter
be
with
chucking corn like fucking like straight
No.
ahead.
I've still got to put this completely together, but I've got a work in progress here.
Well,
Is that a joke?
Oh no! Oh shit! Oh no! He has a sweaty butthole.
Oh no! No!
Ah, it's the sounds that are coming with it. If I have to turn that shit up, I sure as shit will, but
He does got that swamp ass.
cradle the husk, stroke the
Tell me
cob.
tell a joke.
Oh shit!
I come back over here to laugh, and all you guys want to do is laugh at me, not with me.
Oh,
You're laughing with us.
we're laughing with you, but we're also laughing.
What?
We're laughing with you, but we're also laughing at you.
No, why?
Good time party fun,
He got a
baby.
sweaty butthole.
Saunders has a sweaty butthole.
I've got to fuse the I gotta get I gotta find my video editor and get that whole thing together, because as it stands right now, I'm having to push a button on here and push a button on the mouse
Oh
here.
my god!
Oh, y'all
But
got
that
me.
was
Y'all got me
great.
weak, man. Y'all got me weak over here, man. Weak in the legs.
I got Yeetus yesterday. I got him real good. He asked Kitten something about something being what would be worse in the Bible for women, and I said the Quran. And his reaction was great. Like, God damn it, Chaos.
You're not wrong. Oh.
I mean, I'll load it, but
Load it and then hit it.
Last night's stream was chaotic.
take a second, man.
I was gonna say, was he drunk? I
Don't
mean,
be a
what
bitch.
was the deal?
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeet was on one, huh?
Oh, he was on one. It's fun.
Hell, Polska was even drunker than
Oh, Polska last night.
Oh, y'all got Polska in here?
Oh man, Polska
How'd y'all
last
get him to
night.
stay?
Ooh wee. He said some stuff, that's for sure.
Yeah, Polska could barely talk last night.
Oh, he
Who
said some
You or
stuff.
Polska?
Both of them.
You just did.
No, Polska, he said some stuff last night.
Oh. Was he confrontational?
No.
Mm,
The very opposite of confrontational.
and it's going nuts
Well.
here.
He asked me to have his babies last night.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said,
Oh my god.
Woo, yeah. It got funny. Trying to fix this shit.
I just have to.
Alright, there's that.
Sorry.
Did somebody clip it?
No.
Oh man.
Like everyone went quiet for
Mm.
a few seconds there when he was talking like that there, and it's like, what do I say?
Mm.
You're drunk, Polska.
Oh yeah.
Snap out of it. What the fuck?
He
Polska is
was.
known to pretty wild at times.
This was beyond Polska.
Okay, so something is fucked up on here. Let me make sure this works.
How dare you!
Oh, that still hit.
Oh.
Still got my dick. Alright, there's my dick.
I always feel weird when I see that picture
Why?
of Greta Thunberg because I still think she's underage.
She's not. She's legal.
It turns you on, Outlaw, in that outfit.
No.
Don't deny it. You'd smash.
No.
A drunk outlaw. A drunk Greta Thunberg. Can you feel the looking yet? Have yourself some Downy kids. Because, you know, she's got to have a touch of the downs. No means no. But no, I thought no meant yes and yes meant anal. People need to really make up their mind. Getting too confusing. I can't keep up.
God, no. No. Sam,
It's
I
because
really don't know.
this.
I really don't know.
Maybe this element's just broken and I'll just delete it. There you go. Problem solved.
She's a 19-year-old fatty commie outlaw.
Ooh, she's a 19-year-old fatty. You make her squeak. Oh, like the feminist ditch pig that she is.
KO. So I got a question.
Might have an
Is
answer.
So this girl is 18, right?
I think she's
I met
19.
her when she was 18, whatever. Is it right for me to fucking date her and fuck her?
I mean, anything over 18. According to the law of the land.
That's weird. People at my school said,
really.
but I live in California, you know, so it's like, and
How
I was
old are
like,
you?
I'm not even gonna fucking debate this.
How old are you? How old are you? Bingus, how old are you?
Yeah, I mean,
No, yeah. How old are you? No, hold on. How old are you, Bingus? Bingus, how old are you? What is your age?
I like just turned 24, pretty much.
Oh fuck it. So fuck it. What? You are close to the same age. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck what they think, anyways? Are they your mommy or daddy? Are they your god? Who are they to dictate? Exactly. It's
Yeah,
another
it
it's
just
another one of
the,
another one of these things right here. It's another one of those.
that's fucking gross. That means, his balls are sweating, his whole butt. He needs
Yeah.
to showing his ass. That shit. He needs to be wearing some designer
Bad.
jeans.
So bad. I can't believe he asked me
God
to.
damn.
Can't believe he was. Yeah, I felt bad. I mean, I got the screenshot from someone, and I was just like, "Ooh, I'm gonna use this though when I penetrate his stream. I'm gonna wear it. I'm gonna use that as my
I can smell
avatar."
Saunders' ass through the screen right now. I can literally smell that shit.
You just smell his ass through your screen. What the fuck,
You can
Bingus?
smell
Wow. Okay.
Hey. Alrighty then. Through your freedoms. And also through your meat.
Bingus
guys
already
see that?
screwed the meat.
Did
Say,
you guys see
ooh,
that?
oh! Goose, 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 goose. Goose!
Oh, hell.
Did you guys see where he said that? I'll take that as a yes.
Oh, bet your sweet ass. It burns so good.
Through your meat.
Oh, it burns so good. Got Gary Grant in the chat. Welcome, sir. Hope all is well.
Screw your food.
Welcome, welcome, welcome this Sunday. Make sure
Screw your meat.
to tune in next week. The stream's not ending. I'm about to start this reading shit. That box right there. About to start this reading. And then, yeah, I'm just going chapters. So read this. It'll be done. We'll go on our ways. And I'll be back later on with some World of Warcraft. Anyways, next Sunday at 2:30 Central Standard Time. Hope to see you there. I will be hosting a charity chest thing for Brother Rusty Rivers to help pay for his cancer treatment. It's everybody versus Eric Zombrow. And if somebody can manage to beat him, he will don a tutu and dance around for us to pretty, oh so pretty. He'll feel pretty and witty and good. So, it's all for a good cause. I'd like to thank everybody that's donated so far and all the people that are going to be participating, which I do not have an actual number on how many people are going to be participating. But regardless, this will be a decent turnout, it looks like. We've raised $770 and some change so far for Brother Rusty. So thank you everybody that has donated and everybody that wants their shot at Eric Zombrow. It's just a $5 buy-in to my PayPal, and then all the money's going to Rusty, but you get your shot at Eric Zombrow regardless. So it should be fun. Let's get this reading going on. Chapter 14, the fearful reign of the Babylonians. The Vatican is both the sovereign state and the headquarters for a world religion. Structure was patterned upon Babylonian Judaic principles. Vatican is an independent and sovereign nation with its own currency, Secretary of State, and ambassador. This is very true, as is Washington, D.C. That needs to get out of America, too. Once a person is baptized in the Catholic Church, he becomes a member of that church. When he is confirmed, he becomes a citizen of the church, able to assume the responsibility of the citizenship and to defend his faith against its enemies. Whenever. And welcome, Doug. Hope all is well. I gotta find. Once confirmed, the new citizen must be prepared when called upon to fight for the faith of Christ. The citizens of the Roman Church must have strength and fortitude to enable them in the spiritual contest to fight manfully and resist their most wicked foes. He now becomes a valiant combatant. He should be prepared to endure with unconquered spirit all adversaries for the name of Christ. In contrast, Jesus made clear that his kingdom was not of this world. God's kingdom is spiritual. Jesus answered, "My kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, then would my servants fight, that I should not be delivered into the Jews. But now is my kingdom not from hence." You find this in John 18:36. Satan's kingdom is of this world. He has his citizens throughout the world. When a citizen must make a choice between obeying his country and obeying the Pope, according to the official Roman doctrine, he must obey the Pope. Catholic canon law and dogma has superiority over the constitution of the country. All federal and state government officials in the United States must swear or affirm to support the U.S. Constitution. But as far as the Roman Catholic Church is concerned, a Catholic allegiance to the Pope comes first. In fact, in 1199 AD, Pope Innocent III issued the papal bull Virgentis Insenium, in which he equated the heresy of violating papal edicts and Roman Catholic doctrines to treason. In 1231 AD, Pope Gregory IX issued papal bull Excommunicamus, wherein he officially fixed the penalty for heresy against Catholic Church as the death penalty. Sounds like an alien. It's to my PayPal. During the Civil War, the Vatican was the only nation to recognize the sovereignty of the Southern Confederate States. How did this affect Catholic Union soldiers knowing that they were fighting a cause that was opposed by their spiritual leader, who they believed had authority to prevent their entire entry into heaven? Many Catholics fought with bravery and distinction. Others abandoned the cause and turned traitor. Surely we have some brave and reliable Roman Catholic officials and soldiers in our armies, but they form an insignificant minority when compared with the Roman Catholic traitors against whom we have to guard ourselves day and night. The fact is that the immense majority of Roman Catholic bishops, priests, and laymen are rebels in heart, when they cannot be, in fact. With very few exceptions, they are publicly in favor of slavery. Abraham Lincoln, 1861. PayPal, papal. Actually. I might. It's the the Southern in me. Okay, I can't help it. I'm a Texan, and the Southern drawl tends to come out, you know. And at least I ain't got the shit. I can't do it no more. I used to be able to whistle when I talked, but that's a skill lost in practice. I'm a butcher words. It is what it is. Contrast Catholic General Sheridan, whom Lincoln described as worth a whole army by his ability, his patriotism, and his heroic courage, with Catholic General Mady, who seems to have chosen allegiance to Rome over allegiance to the U.S. Lincoln recounts one episode. Mady has remained with us and gained the bloody battle at Gettysburg. But how could he lose it when he was surrounded by such heroes as Howard, Reynolds, Buford, Wadsworth, Cutler, Slucombe, Sickles, Hancock, Barnes, etc.? But it is evident that his Romanism superseded his patriotism after the battle. He let the army of Lee escape when he could easily have cut his retreat and forced him to surrender after losing nearly the half of his soldiers in the last 3 days' carnage. When Mady was to order the pursuit after the battle, a stranger came in haste to the headquarters, and that stranger was a disguised Jesuit. After 10 minutes' conversation with him, Mady made such arrangements for the pursuit of the enemy that he escaped almost untouched with the loss of only 2 guns. It's Abraham Lincoln saying this. President Lincoln knew full well of the treachery of the Roman Catholic Church, and the Vatican viewed him as an implacable enemy who had to be eliminated. In addition, the Jewish money powers also had an interest in eliminating Lincoln. Lincoln, in part, thwarted their efforts to gain huge profits from the Civil War by printing the Lincoln greenbacks rather than borrowing the money at exorbitant high interest rates from the bankers. Lincoln stated, "The money powers prey upon the nation in times of peace and conspire against it in times of adversity. It is more despotic than a monarchy, more insolent than autocracy, and more selfish than bureaucracy. It denounces as public enemies all who question its methods or throw light upon its crimes. I have 2 great enemies, the Southern army in front of me and the bankers in the rear. Of the 2, the one at my rear is my greatest foe." Charles Chiniquy, a former Catholic priest and close friend of Lincoln, revealed in his book 50 Years in the Church of Rome that the most striking manifesto of the Catholic conspiracy came when in 1861 civil war broke out in the U.S. Abraham Lincoln, with the wartime intelligence network second to none, knew the cause of the Civil War, the Pope of Rome, and his deadly servants, the Jesuits. Lincoln told Chiniquy on June 8, 1864, this war would never have been possible without the sinister influence of the Jesuits. We owe it to popery that we now see our land reddened with the blood of her noblest sons. Though there were great differences of opinions between the South and the North on the question of slavery, neither Jeff Davis nor any of the leading men of the Confederacy would have dared to attack the North had they not relied on the promise of the Jesuits that under the mask of democracy, the money and the arms of the Roman Catholics, even the arms of France, were at the disposal if they would attack us, ID at 296. From the beginning of our Civil War, there has been not a secret but a public alliance between the Pope of Rome and Jeff Davis. The Pope and his Jesuits have advised, supported, and directed Jeff Davis on the land from the first gunshot at Fort Sumter by the rabid Roman Catholic Bureau Guard. They're helping him on the sea by guiding and supporting the rabid Roman Catholic pirate semis on the ocean. ID at 299. Lincoln further told Chiniquy, "It is with the Southern leaders of the Civil War as with the big and small wheels of our railroad cars. Those who ignore the laws of mechanics are apt to think that the large, strong, and noisy wheels, they are the motive power. But they are mistaken. The real motive power is not seen. It is noiseless and well concealed in the dark behind its iron walls. The motive power are the few well-concealed pails of water heated into steam, which is it's directed by the noiseless, small but unerring engineer's finger. Ooh. The common people see and hear the big noisy wheels of the Confederacy cars. They call them Jeff Davis, Lee Toombs, Bureau Guard, Demis, etc. And they honestly think they are the motive power, the first cause of our troubles. But this is a mistake. The true motive power is secreted behind the thick walls of the Vatican, the colleagues and schools of the Jesuits, the covenants of the nuns, and the confessional boxes of Rome." 305. Lincoln kept his knowledge of the Catholic conspiracy secret from the public because of his concern that to reveal it would start a bloody religious war. Lincoln told Chiniquy, which it probably would have. "I pity the priests, the bishops, and the monks of Rome in the United States, when the people realize that they are in great part responsible for the tears and bloodshed in this war. I conceal what I know, for if the people knew the whole truth, this war would turn into a religious war, and at once take a tenfold more savage and bloody character. It would become merciless, as all religious wars are. It would become a war of extermination on both sides. The Protestants of both the North and the South would surely unite to exterminate the priests and the Jesuits if they could hear what Professor Morse has said to me of the plots made in the very city of Rome to destroy this republic. And if they could learn how the priests and nuns and monks, which daily land on our shores under the pretext of preaching their religion, instructing the people in their schools, taking care of the sick in the hospitals, are nothing else but the emissaries of the Pope, of Napoleon, and the despots of Europe, to undermine our institutions, alienate the hearts of our people from our Constitution and our laws, destroy our schools, and prepare a reign of anarchy as they have done in Ireland, in Mexico, in Spain, and wherever there are any people who want to be free." Abraham Lincoln knew that the Roman Catholic Church is an uncompromising enemy of the United States. Lincoln explained to Chickene, "The Mormon and the Jesuit priests are equally the uncompromising enemies of our Constitution and our laws. But the more dangerous of the two is the Jesuits, the Romish priests, for he knows better how to conceal his hatred under the mask of friendship and public good. He is better trained to commit the most cruel and diabolical deeds for the glory of God." Not only was the Romish Church responsible for the Civil War, but the Jesuits inspired and planned the assassination of Lincoln. Lincoln knew that he was marked for death by Rome and the Jesuits, and he knew it was only a matter of time before they succeeded. Lincoln told Chiniquy, "So many plots have already been made against my life that it is a real miracle that they have all failed. When we consider that the great majority of them were in the hands of the skillful Roman Catholic murderers, evidently trained by Jesuits. The Roman Catholic Church was the moving force behind the assassination of Lincoln. The transcripts of the trial of the Lincoln assassination, published by Ben Pittman, contain clear proof that the plot to assassinate Lincoln was born in Rome and nurtured in the house of Mary Surratt, 561 H Street, Washington, D.C. There was a continual flow of Catholic priests who would rendezvous at the house as the assassination was being plotted. Priests were the personal friends and father confessors of John Wilkes Booth, John Stuart, Miss Surratt. Without a single exception, all those involved in the Lincoln assassination plot and escape of Booth were Roman Catholic. Elaborate steps. Wow, I don't know where the fuck "chew" came in. I'm dyslexic. Elaborate steps were taken by the Roman Church to assist John Surratt in his escape. John Surratt was in Washington on April 14th, 1865, helping Booth prepare for the assassination, which was carried out by Booth that day. Catholic priest Charles Boucher stated under oath that only a few days after the murder, John Surratt was sent to him by another Catholic priest, Father Lapierre. Boucher kept him hidden until the end of July. From July to September, he was hidden by Lapierre in Montreal. When traveling on the steamer in Montreal, from Montreal to Quebec, Lapierre kept Surratt under lock and key in his cabin. On September 15th, 1865, Lapierre and Surratt took the ocean steamer Peruvian to Europe. Hey, what's up, James? How you doing? When traveling on the steamer Montreal from Quebec, Lapierre, I already read that part, Peruvian to Europe. The doctor of the Peruvian, L.I.A. Macmillan, stated under oath that Catholic priest Lapierre introduced Surratt to him under the alias McCarthy, and that Lapierre kept Surratt locked in his stateroom on the ship until the end departed for Europe. Lapierre was the canon of Bishop Bourgeois of Montreal. The canon of the bishop is the bishop's confidential man. He eats with him, assists him with his counsel, and receives his advice in every step of his life. According to the laws of the Roman Catholic Church, canons are to the bishops what arms are to the body. And apparently, it doesn't let me zoom in on this picture right here. But a conspirator in the assassination of President Lincoln, photographed after the assassination, wearing the uniform of the papal Zouave while hiding out in Rome under the protection of the Roman Catholic Church. Nope, that won't let me zoom in. Is there a way to zoom in? No. Nope. Oh well. Once spiriting Surratt out of Canada to Europe, where do you suppose Surratt was finally found? He was found under the alias Watson in the 9th Company of the Pope Zelvis. When the United States found Surratt, the Pope was forced to pretend to withdraw his protection of him. Surratt was arrested by papal authorities. However, the arrest was only for appearance. Surratt was able to escape before American authorities could take custody of him. The papal authorities alleged unconvincingly that Surratt made his escape from Valetry prison by jumping 23 feet to a narrow precipice while he was under the guard of 6 men. 2 weeks after making his incredible escape from Valetry prison, Surratt was captured and brought back to the United States for trial. The evidence of Surratt's guilt was overwhelming, by Chickeny explaining that there was a hung jury because 3 of the jurors were Catholic. They had been told by their father, confessor, that the Most Holy Father, the Pope Gregory VII, had solemnly and infallibly declared that killing of a heretic was no murder. The U.S. government was forced to release Surratt. The politicians in Washington concealed from the American public the hand of the Roman Catholic Church in the assassination of Lincoln. Charles Chiniquy, in 50 years in the Church of Rome, explains, the great fatal mistake of the American government in the prosecution of the assassination of Abraham Lincoln was to cover up the religious element of that terrible drama. All right, hold on here. What's going on? Not to worry, Mom is getting a surgery. Oh, I'll keep her in prayers. I hear about religion today, but I will be praying. Ain't right, but we don't get a choice when we... Yeah. You take it easy, bud. Catholic Church and the assassination of Lincoln. Charles Chickeny. I already read that part. The great fatal mistake of the American. I already read that. Oh, hell. Where was I at? This element. Okay. But this was carefully avoided throughout the trial. Not long after the execution of the murderers, I went incognito to Washington to begin my investigation. I was not a little surprised to see that not a single one of the government men would discuss it with me, except after I had given my word of honor that I would never mention their names. I saw with a profound distress that the influence of Rome was almost supreme in Washington. I could not find a single statesman who would dare to face the nefarious influence and fight it down. Neither Rome nor Israel will tolerate anyone impeding their thirst for world domination. Just as Rome was behind the assassination of President Lincoln, so also was Israel behind the assassination of President Kennedy. This little-known fact has been covered up by the major media, which is almost entirely in Jewish hands. New Orleans District Attorney Jim Garrison, in his book On Trial of the Assassins, revealed that NBC even went so far as to attempt to bribe a witness involved in Garrison's prosecution of Clay Shaw, who was on one of the Kennedy assassination conspirators. NBC's involvement in the attempt to derail Jim Garrison's investigation reached to the very top of NBC. The president of NBC has discussed with the president of an equitable insurance company, the employer of the witness in question, Perry Russo. NBC tried to persuade Russo to go on national television and falsely say, "I am sorry for what I said because I lied. Some of what I said was true, but I was doctored by the district attorney's staff into testifying like I did." Perry stated that James Phelan of the Saturday Evening Post told him that he was working hand in hand with NBC reporter Walter Sheridan and that they were going to destroy Jim Garrison and his probe into the Kennedy assassination. Jim Garrison was approached by John J. King, who at the time used the alias John Miller. Miller offered Garrison a federal judgeship if he would drop the investigation into Clay Shaw's involvement in the Kennedy assassination. King made clear to Garrison that he was in a position to guarantee his immediate appointment to the federal bench. Apparently, King was speaking for others, because in order to become a federal judge, he must be appointed by the President of the United States, with the advice and consent of the Senate. Some very powerful interests were behind King's offer. Michael Collins Piper, in his book Final Judgment, revealed that King was a wealthy oilman from Denver, Colorado, who was involved in lucrative Israeli oil projects. Interestingly, one of the King's business partners was Bernie Cornfield, who was the protege and frontman for Rabbi Tibor Rosenbaum. Rosenbaum was the founder of the Bank de Credit International and the central financier behind Permindex. Permindex was a joint CIA-Mossad front which played a prominent role in facilitating the Kennedy assassination. Clay Shaw was one of the Permindex directors. The fact that King could guarantee a federal judgeship to Jim Garrison in return for dumping his investigation of Clay Shaw gives one some idea of the powerful interests that were behind the cover-up of the Kennedy assassination. In November 1963, FBI teletype identified John J. King as a wealthy Dallas businessman who was a close friend to Jack Ruby. Jack Ruby, whose real name was Jacob L. Rubenstein, was a Jewish gangster with connections to the CIA. The FBI, the Israeli Mossad, and the Dallas Police Department. His connections inside the Dallas Police Department allowed him access to kill Lee Harvey Oswald. William Kunstler, in his book My Life as a Radical Lawyer, reveals that Ruby told him why he killed Oswald. I did this that they wouldn't implicate Jews. Before Kunstler left Ruby after his last jail visit, Ruby handed him a note. Uh-oh. Who just left? Was it Outlaw? It was. Before Kunstler left Ruby after his last visit, Ruby handed him a note in which he reiterated that his motive was to protect American Jews from a pogrom that could occur because of anger over the assassination. Ruby and his handlers knew that if Oswald were to be prosecuted for the assassination of President Kennedy, the evidence would not support his conviction, but would rather have pointed directly to Israel. It seems that Ruby was a Sayan who was pressed into service to eliminate a loose end. Sayanim, plural for Sayan, are Jews living outside of Israel who are fanatically loyal to the Jewish state and have agreed to assist Israel. The loyalty to Israel supplants any loyalty they have to the country in which they reside. Often, Sayanim are recruited by relatives living in Israel and under the control of professional spy masters called Katzas. They do whatever is asked of them to assist Israel and the Mossad. A fair view of the facts reveals that the assassination of President Kennedy was a coup d'etat. How were all these separate state and federal agencies and the news media tied together into one giant conspiracy? Michael Colin Piper presents a compelling case that Zionists in general, and the Israeli Mossad in particular, played a primary role in the assassination of President John F. Kennedy and the subsequent cover-up. Piper methodically explains how all of these persons and the organizations were tied together in a conspiracy that at its core was set in motion by the Israeli Mossad. The motives for the Kennedy assassination are manifold. John Kennedy realized after the Bay of Pigs fiasco that he was not in control of the executive branch of government. He came to understand that Zionists had infiltrated the very warp and woof of government. Beginning with the CIA, Kennedy began to make dramatic changes to take the reins of government back from the hidden treasonous cabal that was steering the United States towards destruction. Kennedy had even implemented a plan to wrestle control of U.S. currency from the Federal Reserve by issuing U.S. notes. The Jewish money power decided that Kennedy had, Oh boy, where was I? Was control the U.S. currency from the Federal Reserve by issuing U.S. notes. The Jewish money power decided that Kennedy had to go. One of the key reasons for Kennedy's assassination was Kennedy's intent to put an end to the Israeli plans for developing their own nuclear weapons. The Jerusalem Post reported on July 25, 2004, that the jailed nuclear whistleblower Mordecai Vanunu revealed that the Israeli government was behind the assassination of President Kennedy. Vanunu said that according to near certain indication, Kennedy was assassinated due to pressure he exerted on the head of government, David Ben-Gurion, to shed light on Domina's nuclear reactor. One of the key players in the conspiracy to assassinate Kennedy was Meir Lansky, the Zionist Jewish gangster who Piper reveals was the de facto head of organized crime in the United States. Piper explains how Lansky had deep and continuing working relationships with both the CIA and the Israeli Mossad. Although Piper's book addresses the assassination of President Kennedy, which happened over 40 years ago, the lessons he imparts are important and typical today for all American citizens who love their liberty. Piper's book is an autopsy which dissects the putrid body of a whole conspiracy that is so pervasive, so intrusive, so powerful, it can assassinate the president of the most powerful country in the world and then conceal its involvement in the crime by controlling the mass media and even the very organs of the government. After assassinating President Kennedy, that cabal resumed control of the government, which they have maintained to this day. The authoritarian conspiracy that President Kennedy attempted to resist can be seen in practice in the state of Israel. Israel, like the Vatican, is a sovereign state and the headquarters of a world religion. In fact, in Israel, the laws give Jews special status and privileges not accorded to Gentiles. Identification cards issued by the Interior Ministry of Israel once listed over 130 different categories of nationality, the most common being Arab. Whereas if a person was an Israeli Jew, the identification card would simply indicated that the person is Jewish. But Israeli law, there cannot be a designation on the ID card for someone to be identified simply as an Israeli national. In the year 2000, the nationality section on ID cards was phased out because the Interior Ministry, which was run by an Orthodox Jewish religious party, objected to non-Orthodox Jews being identified as Jewish on the ID cards. However, with the new ID cards, an Israeli government official can instantly tell if he was looking at the card of a Jew or Arab, because the date of birth on the IDs of Jews is given according to the Hebrew calendar, and in addition, the ID of an Arab, unlike a Jew, included the grandfather's name. What's going on? Wouldn't pay attention to this last week, but got interrupted at work. Oh, that happens, man. I don't. Work takes precedence. Welcome to the stream, DJ Ronnie G. Hope all is. Ooh. No, there we go. Good evening, sir. I hope all is well. What is the purpose of the systemic identification of Gentiles and Jews in Israel? Prejudicial discrimination. Special status of Jewish nationality has been a way to undermine the citizenship rights of non-Jews in Israel, especially the fifth of the population, who are Arab. Some 30 laws in Israel specifically privilege Jews, including in the areas of immigration rights, naturalization, access to land, and employment. While a Gentile may be a citizen of Israel, he cannot claim his nationality as Israeli. Shimon Agranat, the president of the Supreme Court of Israel, stated in the court ruling over the issue of Israeli nationality for Gentiles, "There is no Israeli nation separate for the Jewish people. The Jewish people is composed not only of those residing in Israel, but also of diaspora Jewries. Israeli cannot recognize an Israeli nationality because the theory behind the state of Israel is that it is the state of the Jewish nation, which belongs to Jews all over the world. Jews are granted special legal privileges over long-time Arab citizens of Israel. Once a Jew set foot in Israel simply because they are Jews." Professor Shahak, a Jewish dissident scholar who immigrated to Israel and served in the Israeli military, explains the ingrained official instructional racism by the Jewish state of Israel. The principle of Israel as a Jewish state was supremely important to Israeli politicians from the inception of the state and was inculcated into the Jewish population by all conceivable ways. When, in the early 1980s, a tiny minority of Israeli Jews immigrated which opposed this concept, a constitutional law that is a law overriding provisions of other laws, which cannot be revoked except by a special procedure, was passed in 1985 by an enormous majority of the Knesset. By this law, no party who program openly oppose the principle of a Jewish state or purposes to change by democratic means is allowed to participate in the elections to the Knesset. Let me begin with the official Israeli definition of the term Jewish, illustrating the crucial difference between Israel as a Jewish state and the majority of the states. By the official definition, Israel belongs to persons who are defined by the Israeli authorities as Jewish, irrespective of where they live, and to them alone. On the other hand, Israel doesn't officially belong to its non-Jewish citizens, whose status is considered even officially as inferior. This means in practice that if members of a Peruvian tribe are converted to Judaism and thus regarded as Jewish, they are entitled at once to become Israeli citizens and benefit from the approximately 70% of the West Bank land and the 92% of the area of Israel proper, officially designated only for the benefit of Jews. All non-Jews, not only all Palestinians, are prohibited from benefiting from those lands. The prohibition applies even to Israeli Arabs who served in the Israeli army and reached a high rank. The case involving Peruvian converts to Judaism actually occurred a few years ago. The newly created Jews were settled in the West Bank, near Nablus, on land from which non-Jews are officially excluded. All Israeli governments are taking enormous political risks, including the risk of war, so that such settlements, composed exclusively of persons who are defined as Jewish and not Israeli, as most of the media mendaciously claims, would be subject to only Jewish authority. But there's another urgent necessity for an official definition of who is and who is not Jewish. The state of Israel officially discriminates in favor of Jews and against non-Jews in many domains of life, of which I regard 3 as being I'm falling asleep, dude. This is the curse of reading and shit.
Speaking of sleep, I gotta go get some sleep before I gotta go to work.
Alright, man. You take it easy.
Alright, bro. It's fun hanging with you.
Yeah. Discrimination in residency is based on the fact that about 92% of Israel's land is the property of the state and is administered by the Israel Land Authority, according to regulations issued by Jewish National Fund, the JNF, an affiliate of the World Zionist Organization. In its regulations, the JNF denies the right to reside, to open a business, and often to work to anyone who is not Jewish, only because he is not Jewish. At the same time, Jews are not prohibited from taking residence of or opening businesses anywhere in Israel. If applied in another state against Jews, such discriminatory practice would instantly and justifiably be labeled anti-Semitic. It would no doubt spark massive public protest. When applied by Israel as a part of its Jewish ideology, they are usually studiously ignored or excused when rarely mentioned. The denial of the right to work means that non-Jews are prohibited officially from working on land administered by the Israel Land Authority according to the JNF regulations. No doubt, these regulations are not always or even often enforced, but they do exist. From time to time, Israel attempts to enforce campaigns by state authorities as, for example, when the Agriculture Ministry acts against the pestilence of letting fruit orchards belonging to Jews and situated on national land, i.e. land belonging to the state of Israel, be harvested by Arab laborers, even if the laborers in question are citizens of Israel. Israel also strictly prohibits Jews settled on national land to sub-rent even a part of their land to Arabs, even for a short time. And those who do so are punished, usually by heavy fines. There are no prohibitions on non-Jews renting their lands to Jews. L.A. Marie, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. This means, in my own case, that by virtue of being a Jew, I have the right to lease an orchard for harvesting its produce from another Jew. But a non-Jew, whether a citizen of Israel or a resident alien, does not have this right. Non-Jewish citizens of Israel do not have the right to equality before the law. Discrimination is expressed in many Israeli laws in which, presumably in order to avoid embarrassment, the terms Jewish and non-Jewish are usually not explicitly stated, as they are in the crucial law of return. According to the law, only persons officially recognized as Jewish have an automatic right to entry to Israel and of settling in it. They automatically receive an immigration certificate which provides them on arrival with citizenship by virtue of having returned to the Jewish homeland and with the right to many financial benefits, which varies somewhat according to the country from which they immigrate. The Jews who immigrate from the states of the former USSR receive an absorption grant of more than $20,000 per family. All Jews immigrating to Israel, according to this law, immediately acquire the right to vote in elections and to be elected to the Knesset, even if they do not speak a word of Hebrew. Other Israeli laws substitute the more obtuse expressions anyone who can immigrate in accordance with the law of return, and anyone who is not entitled to immigrate in accordance with the law of return. Depending on the law in question, benefits are then granted to the first category and systemically denied to the second. The routine means for enforcing discrimination in everyday life is the ID card, which everyone is obliged to carry at all times. ID cards list the official nationality of a person, which can be Jewish, Arab, Druze, and they, like with the significant exception of Israeli, attempt to force the interior minister to allow Israelis wishing to be officially described as Israeli, or even as an Israeli Jew, in their ID cards have failed. Those who have attempted to do so have a letter from the Ministry of the Interior stating that it was decided not to recognize an Israeli nationality. The letter does not specify who made this decision or when. There's so many laws and regulations in Israel which discriminate in favor of the person defined in Israel as those who can immigrate in accordance with the law of return. That the subject demands separate treatment. We can look here at one example, seemingly separate treatment. We can look here at one example, seemingly trivial in comparison with resident restrictions, but nevertheless important since it reveals the real intentions of the Israeli legislator. Israeli citizens who left the country for a time, but who are defined as those who can immigrate in accordance with the law of return, are eligible on their return to generous customs benefits, to receive subsidy from their children's high school education, and to receive either a grant or a loan on easy terms for the purchase of an apartment, as well as other benefits. Citizens who cannot be so defined, in other words, the non-Jewish citizens of Israel, get none of these benefits. The obvious intention of such discriminatory measures is to decrease the number of non-Jewish citizens of Israel in order to make Israel a more Jewish state. We are the Borg assimilator. Die. Using the concepts of Platonism to analyze Israeli policies based on Jewish ideology should not seem strange. It was noticed by several scholars, of whom the most important was Moses Hadass, who claimed that the foundations of classical Judaism, that is, of Judaism as it was established by the Talmudic sages, are based on Platonic influences, and especially on the image of Sparta as it appears in Plato. All right, I'll be right back in just a moment, y'all. All right. Give me just a second here, y'all. Sorry. All right. Excuse me. According to Hadass, a crucial feature of the Platonic political system adopted by Judaism as early as the Maccabean period, 142 to 63 BC, was that every phase of human conduct be subject to religious sanctions, which are in fact to be manipulated by the ruler. That's not cool. There could be no better definition of classical Judaism and of the way in which the rabbis manipulated it than this Platonic definition. In particular, Hadas claims that Judaism adopted what Plato himself summarized as the objectives of his program in the following well-known passage. Up some who never achieve 60. I understand, James, and I get it. You're worried about your mom. I totally understand. It is. It is. Most of us are. I mean, I'm surprised I'm still alive, sir. Especially consider what I've put into my body. Alright. The principal thing is that no one, man or woman, should ever be without an officer set over him, and that none should get the mental habit of taking any step, whether in earnest or in jest, on his individual responsibility. In peace as in war, he must live always with his eyes on his superior officer. In a word, we must train the mind not to even consider acting as an individual or know how to do it. Laws 945AB. If the word rabbi is substituted for an officer, we will have a perfect image of classical Judaism. The latter is still deeply influencing Israeli Jewish society and determining to a large extent the Israeli policies. It was the above quoted passage which was chosen by Karl Popper in The Open Society and Its Enemies as describing the essence of a closed society. Historical Judaism and its two successors, Jewish Orthodoxy and Zionism, are both sworn enemies of the concept of the open society as applied to Israel. A Jewish state, whether based on its present Jewish ideology or if it becomes even more Jewish in character than it is now, on the official principles of Jewish orthodoxy, cannot even contain an open society. This Jewish institutional racism is part and parcel of the traditions of the Jews. Orthodox Jews are also religious chauvinists who do not tolerate any deviation from their oral traditions. The authority of the Jewish rabbis was absolute in ancient Israel. People were so afraid of the Jews in Christ's time that they feared to even be caught speaking about Jesus. John 7:13. After the crucifixion of Jesus, Christians would meet in secret because the Jews were actively hunting them down. See John 20:19 and Acts 8:1-4, 91-2. You know, is three gods. Isis, Ra, and can't remember the other one. But they also have other meanings too. But again, it's a symbolism. That's what matters. Ra is the sun god. And the Gaul system lord from the movie. They're just gender bent. Well, the Trinity is the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So, I hate this heart thing. Thoth for Egyptian gods. Yeah. It's like the IHS that they say is in his service is Isis, Horus, Set. People don't know that. Again, you can change the word, you can change the definition, but it doesn't change the original meaning. Persia. Here you go. Different officer. Over here. Since the time of the late Roman Empire, Jewish communities had considerable legal powers over their members. Not only powers which arise through voluntary mobilization of social pressure, for example, refusal to have any dealings whatsoever with an excommunicated Jew, or even to bury his body, but a power of naked coercion, to flog, to imprison. Oof. Body, but a power of naked coercion, to flog, to imprison, to expel. All this could be inflicted quite legally on an individual Jew by the rabbinical court, for all kinds of even capital punishment could be and was inflicted, sometimes using particularly cruel methods such as flogging to death. All this was not only permitted, but positively encouraged by the state authorities in both Christian and Muslim countries, who reside their general interest in preserving law and order, had in some cases a more direct financial interest as well. For example, in Spanish archives dating from the 13th and 14th centuries, there are records of many detailed orders issued by those most devout Catholic kings in Castile and Aragon. Instructing their no less devout officials to cooperate with the rabbis in enforcing observance of the Sabbath by the Jews. Why? Because whenever Jews was fined by a rabbinical court for violating the Sabbath, the rabbis had to hand 9/10 of the fine over to the king, a very profitable and effective arrangement. Y'all, I am struggling here. And I don't know how many more pages I have of this. So I think I might call it. the 9 tails. They give you 9 lives. Yeah, I don't know how much more is left, and I'm starting to struggle. Yeah, the cat of 9 tails. I know all about the cat of 9 tails. Ooh, wait, those things. Ooh, and they were really crazy back then. They like to put bones and bone shards and shit and metal scraps in them. I'm a good reader. It just after so long, it starts. I start putting myself to sleep because I'm not doing anything, and other than reading, and the words all start jumbling together. So, I think I'm gonna wrap it up on this page and pick up next Sunday. Holy fuck. Oh, my eyes, y'all. They burn for wanting to go to sleep now. Shit. Broken flint, bones, glass, anything heavy. Why am I dressed up like this? Because I haven't gotten out of my Sunday work uniform. That is why, SCE. I figured, why not do a stream dressed up a little bit, you know? You know, every now and then I do like to, but, excuse me, not very often. You only see me like this for funerals, weddings, special events, and work. That's about it. But, I'm about to wrap up the stream. I'm getting kind of hungry. I need to eat and give me a chance to wake up for tonight. When I get on World of Warcraft with the future Emperor of Canada, get down to some World of Warcraft. And again, make sure to tune in on February 25th for my charity chess event. Brother Rusty Rivers help him with his cancer treatment. So far, we've raised $770 and some change for the event, and it's everybody versus Eric Zombrow. And if you beat Eric Zombrow, he will dress up in a pink tutu and dance around pretty, oh so pretty, and for good cause. So hope to see you there next Sunday at 2:30 Central Standard Time. Any soldier heart tips in regards to your current situation with worrying about your mother? Yeah, bright. Yeah, no, we all know it's not bright. He'll feel pretty and witty and he'll look good. Are you going to wear yoga pants in solidarity? You know what? For my next charity thing, I just might. You know, next fundraiser I decide to do. That's up to y'all, though. I mean, y'all won't be tortured. That's on y'all, motherfuckers, not me. But I am a man of my word. I'll figure something out. You know, my big thing is video games. So I would be willing to hold like a Street Fighter 5 tournament or some shit. But you'd have to have a PlayStation. That's the only catch. But Daddy wasn't around no danger. Isn't nearly bad. He got James started. But yeah, it'll be a good time regardless. So hope to see you there. If you want a shot at it, it's just $5 to the PayPal. It's in the link. It's in the description. Make sure to put for chess and that'll get you your chance to beat Eric Zombrow. So I'm assuming it won't be over just because he loses once. So I mean, we gotta give everybody their shot. But regardless, yeah, it's gonna be a good time. Hope to see everybody there. Again, shout out to everybody in the chat and everybody in the Discord. We have Bingus Kitten. I think we had Outlaw. You used camel therapy, went away outside, smoked cigarettes. Ah. Oh, you're still going about the song. We had Brother Rusty in here earlier, as well as Eric Zombrow himself. So it's good times, y'all. Look forward to it. And in the chat, we have the Master Wrench, SCE, Successful Endeavors. It's good seeing you, sir. DJ Ronnie G. He does 3 things on his stream that I enjoy. He messes with Gundams, he does outer space shit, and he plays video games, which I love all 3, which is why I'm subscribed to him, and I go over there and catch every stream I can. It's either Cash App or I would prefer to go to the Discord or to the PayPal, because that's where a bulk of it is. It's my brain. See, I need to get some nourishment up here because my brain is going. I did it. So and I know I know a lot of people are against it because of the bullshit with Undead Chronic and all that, but it makes things easier on my part to make all of this in one fell swoop. Because regardless, I mean, it'd be easier if we had a cash bowl, but there is no cash bowl. So, and I don't trust, because I don't trust fucking, what's it called? Because they'll just shut your shit down. I had it happen a couple times. Rational system. What the fuck? But yeah, it'd be preferred that it goes to the PayPal instead of the Cash App. I mean, it's all gonna go, but that's why I say Cash App or PayPal. I know. I need to specify. That's partly on my fault. Most people have done it to the PayPal. A lot of people is no, it's to help with his cancer treatment. A lot of people, well, some people can't use PayPal. They have to use Cash App, which was, I believe, James's issue. No. It was one of the brothers in the community, a fellow advocate of the devil's lotus, as you call it, Mr. Smith, I think it was. But yeah, Dick Marks used Cash App. Yeah, I remember that. I use both, but I don't. You won't really ever hear me advertise them. I don't. I feel like a beggar. I'm sure I look like a beggar. Donate to my channel to help me out, man. Oh, I put them there for if people choose to. You won't really hear me advertise it. And thank you to those that do. And thank you to those that have donated. It it helps. It buys me an ounce here, there, or it goes towards something that contributes. So it's better to be separate. Keep the counting easier. The donos via Clary or Gone with John or Redonkulous. Tom C. Because see some Canadian. Wait, yeah, they use PayPal. They can't use Cash App, and that's why. That's why they're both there, and I say both. But if you can use PayPal, I would prefer. But it's up to you what link you want to click on. It's all going to the same place regardless, so it doesn't matter. But it makes things easier for me. less money moving, and it doesn't look as suspicious because this is a large amount, in my opinion. But it's for a good cause. He was your secret second best friend. Let's see. We got James, of course. Garrett Grant is good singing. Douglas Edwards, you as well. If you want to see someone drive around like an 80-year-old Asian lady that just don't give a fuck in some really nice cars, make sure to check out Crystal Kit in her Need for Speed Grand Theft Auto 5 videos. And as an added bonus, you may or may not get to see me, Hemi, or Indy blow her up. So it's a win-win-win all around. Ew, that sucks. Oh, I forgot what it's called. I forgot what it's called. It'll come to me eventually. We have Sam Fisher, great content creator here on YouTube. Make sure to go check him out. Tom C's Dick Marks. Okay. He seemed like a good dude. It was unfortunate what had happened to him. Hey, what's up, Eudes? Here late. I'm wrapping up the stream, bro. Make sure to go check out Sir Yeetus there. Puts out some great content here on YouTube. As well as Sam Fisher and MGTOW Outlaw. We had the cave dweller himself, Saint Troglodyte. Yep. I'll be back with some World of Warcraft later on. James Money 615, Ian Blades, Bingus! Get back to class! The ape with the very agape mouth agape ape. That's good, man. That's some people that's hard to do, yo. Making peace with people that perpetually wronged them. I'll admit, it took a lot for me to forgive my parents for the shit that I dealt with. So, but it was when I was able to fully forgive them. It was a bit of the weight that I'd carried had been lifted off my shoulders, and I was able to move on from, I guess you would call it, some form of oppression. But it was a learning experience too. It taught me what not to be as a parent. So if I do happen to have kids, my grandparents were the role models for that. So, boomer mentality. I'm beat it in. No, I'm kidding. No, don't beat your kids. I don't advocate for it. I guess Pnoid, TFM went to high school together. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I did not know that. And then we got Char Aznabel. That's good seeing you, sir. And then Kitten sneaking in here twice. What the hell? Someone getting thirsty. Kid. Anyways. I'll see y'all later on with some World of Warcraft. Hope to see you there. Thank you to those that are still subscribed. Your support has been greatly appreciated. Thank you to those just recently subscribed. Hope you stick around for the long run. Thank you to everybody that's donated to this charity event. Your support is greatly appreciated, and hopefully it'll help Brother Rusty out. And a point about supporting or not supporting the likes of Bezos. I don't support either of them. They're terrible people. Musk came out as part of the, I mean, I was saying it before, he's part of the Kabbalah, but it's in my Discord. He's part of it. Can't trust him. Anyways, hope to see you in the next stream. Till next time. Yeah, what's not to say? It's already a dead planet, and just firing off some nukes is gonna... Yeah, we'll see what happens. Probably won't be alive when it happens, but we'll see. Excelsior! We'll be bait and switch for the asteroid belt. Ooh, yeah. There's your unlimited resources. No, they'd have to set nukes off at both ends. And not just a couple. They'd need to set off a few. But anyways, until next time, have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever it is you hail from. Much as peace.
Don't touch me there.
My no square.
Don't touch me there. My no square.
No, don't touch me there. This is my no square. No, don't touch me there. No, my no square. No, don't touch me there. This is my no square. No, don't touch me there. My no square.